I'm obviously going to have to keep wandering around just to make your job harder, aren't I? So, right. Hi everyone, Nigel Davey. As described, I've no stories about wanting to be a player for West Ham. I think I'm what do they describe it? Oh, a plastic scouser. So supported Liverpool as a child in the glory days and stuck with them. So any Fulham supporters out there, don't like you. What am I talking about? A blessing in disguise. Let's go back just over a year. I was working as a sales and marketing manager, IT support company up in London. I'd built them. I'd been there, 7.5 years. When I got there, they were £400,000 a year turnover. When I left, they were 2.7 million pound. I did all their marketing and all their sales. So I like to think that I did quite a good job. November the 2nd last year, I walk into what I thought was a sales and marketing update meeting with my chairman to find HR in there. And I'm going, okay, what's going on here? We're starting a consultation period with may lead to your redundancy, usual sort of bollocks. And unfortunately, yeah, I got made redundant. Great timing. November, 6 weeks before Christmas. Just signed a mortgage extension of about another 50 grand. And my wife was 5 months pregnant. So, good time. Thanks, guys. What do? I'm going, shit. Okay, I've got some money. Not a lot. What do? First thoughts, find another job. So start looking around the usual places, using the social media sites, looking at monster.co.uk, all of the other stuff. I didn't know Shamila at the time, so I didn't phone her to get a job. Not huge amounts of work out there, came second in a couple of them, unfortunately, but these things, I'm going, okay, well, what am I doing? My wife's working her way through my redundancy money to sort of keep the kids sort of fed. One of them's just going, he's huge. He's 8 months old, and I think we're growing something that's sort of somewhere between a Buddha and a front row forward. So yeah, but it's all good fun. So okay, well, the jobs don't seem to be out there. What am I going to do? Okay, I'll make my own job. So I came up with the company name. So company is SME Needs Limited. What do? I help small businesses measure, understand, and improve their marketing. I spent the last 12 years doing marketing for small businesses, selling to other small businesses. So I thought, well, I'll go and help other small businesses do the same thing. And it's, I suppose, the same thing everyone goes through when they're starting a new business. Where do I go? What do? How do I find my first clients? And me being, I suppose, the LinkedIn whore that I am, used that extensively, did a lot of other networking, spent thousands, or it feels like thousands in Starbucks, meeting people, having coffees, exactly the same as when I met Matty. It's just sitting down, have a coffee, understand what people do, understand how you can introduce people to each other. I got my first client actually at a networking thing, I think called Office Drinks, that actually I now run. Design agency, met up, had a one-to-one with them and sort of, well, what do you do? What are your target market? What do your customers look like? Explained to him what I do, what my ideal client was. He phoned me up I think a couple of days later and said, we think we're your ideal client, can we come and have a chat? I go, okay. And it went from there, and I'm just waiting to hear if they're going to renew their contracts sometime this week. And it sort of go from there. So I've done a lot of networking, a lot of drinking of coffee, and it's getting to a point now where actually I've got a growing list of clients, all small businesses, all are looking for me to help them with their marketing, to help them understand what actually is happening now. So what are their routes to market, which ones are working, which ones aren't. The ones that are, let's do some more of it. The ones that aren't, let's stop it and stick money in your back pocket. Help them to understand where they want to go and help them actually get there. So that's my little sales pitch bit and what I do. What I get out of it, there's obviously good things and bad things about it. I'll start with the bad because I like to finish on a high. Bad things, money. Obviously when you get made redundant, you go out there and go, okay, what am I doing? Where's my money going to last? Where am I going to get some more money from? And you worry about it. Where's my next client coming from? Yeah, I generally it's consultancy work, so yeah, I get a contract for 3 months' work. What happens at the end of that? And obviously the thing I sell is that you need to be selling and delivering, Because if you don't sell and deliver, once you've delivered, you've got to then start selling, and you've got no delivery to actually pay for the time to do the selling. So I'm sort of stuck, I suppose, in thinking, okay, well, you've got to do what you're selling. And thankfully it's working. It's a catch-22 situation. It seems to be working, and it's growing. So that's a good thing. The good things about it. I got to spend a huge amount of time with my little girl. She's 3. So she's just starting preschool. She's just properly communicating. And she thinks she's about 17, as all little girls do. I got to deliver my son. He arrived 5 minutes before the midwife did. I'm sure that would have happened anyway, but it sounds good in the sales pitch, doesn't it? So that was good. I get to meet a load of different people. Yeah, so no day is the same. There'll be days when I'm just doing admin stuff, so I'm reconciling my bank statements. There are days when I'm actually working with design agencies. There are days when I'm working with IT companies. There are days when I'm working with housing associations, just 3 different companies. And then I'm out meeting lots of different people, so you guys included. So there's a lot of fun, a lot of variety, a lot of interest out there. And the best thing, well, sort of the best thing, the company that made me redundant, none of their plans that they got rid of me to be able to do have actually happened. So it's great, I'm going. So really, I suppose what I'm saying is, yeah, I came out of the sort of the redundancy meeting just going, what the hell am I going to do? Now I've got a career. Yes, it's still a new business. Yes, I'm still concerned about it, but it's a lot of fun. It's going forward. And it's looking good, and I get to do what I want. I get to spend time with my kids. I even spend some time with my wife. But I've got. I suppose it's all under my control. It's all under my destiny, and it's just a lot of fun. So it's an alternative. Yes, you get made redundant. Yes, you want to come out of a position. There are options. You can go and find another job. You can retrain and reskill, or you can go and do your own thing. Look at what you love doing and what you're good at, and just go and do it. So that's, I suppose, my story of the last year. I hope it helps. Thanks very much.